how to be 10 times more attractive without money or muscles, psychology tricks that actually work, Old Stoic wisdom. The secret to being irresistibly attractive lies not in your wallet or your physique. If you believe that the key to attraction is all about chiseled abs or flaunting wealth, I'm here to challenge that belief. You've been misled by a society obsessed with superficial markers of success. What if I told you that becoming 10 times more attractive has nothing to do with what you can buy or how much you bench press? It begins with something far subtler. The way you carry yourself when no one is watching, your presence in a room, the energy you exude in silence, and even the scent you leave behind. What follows are 9 simple but powerful strategies to help you become the most magnetic version of yourself. This isn't a guide for men seeking shallow validation. This is for those who want to command respect and admiration without uttering a word. Welcome to our channel. Here, we teach men how to develop real power, the kind that comes from within. Learn how to influence and captivate, effortlessly and authentically. Now, let's get started. Number 1, silence as power, the magnetism of mystery. You know that one guy at the party who doesn't say much, yet somehow all eyes are on him. He's not loud, he's not boasting about his latest accomplishments, and he certainly isn't trying to outshine anyone. He just is. And when he does speak, people lean in, hanging on every word. That's not by chance, that's psychology in action. In a world where everyone is oversharing, your silence becomes a rare gem. And rarity, my friend, is the most desirable thing in any crowd. The more you hold back, the more others will wonder. They'll start asking, who is this guy? What's his story? Why isn't he desperately seeking validation like the rest of us? And just like that, you've become the center of curiosity. That's the power of silence. Think about it. Mystery is a magnet for attraction. When people don't know everything about you, they're drawn to uncover more. It's like a movie trailer. It teases just enough to keep you intrigued without giving away the plot. You're not handing out your life story the moment you meet someone. Instead, you let them wonder. You let them want to know more. Silence is your silent weapon. When you use it wisely, you don't chase attention, you command it. The Old Stoic wisdom teaches us that the mind, like a muscle, must be disciplined. An iron mind doesn't need to shout to make an impact. It understands the power of restraint. The Stoic principles emphasize control, not excess. You must learn to be comfortable with the quiet, to stand in it without feeling the need to fill it with words. By doing so, you demonstrate the calm confidence of someone who knows exactly who they are, without needing to prove anything to anyone. So, next time you find yourself in a conversation, practice the pause. Don't rush to fill the silence. Let it sit for a moment. Your presence will do the heavy lifting. In a world obsessed with noise, the man who masters silence owns the room. And let's be clear, this isn't just about being quiet for the sake of it. It's about being intentional with your words, using them only when they matter. You don't have to talk all the time to be heard. The more you practice this Stoic discipline, the more you'll realize true power lies in the ability to stay silent, to be present without speaking, and to create an aura of mystery that others can't help but be drawn to. Don't just speak to be heard. Speak only when it's worth listening to. Silence, when wielded properly, becomes an irresistible force. That's the Stoic way. And trust me, mastering it will make you 10 times more attractive than any flashy display ever could. Number 2, crisp, clean sneakers, flashy shoes. Let's get one thing straight, shoes matter, but not in the way social media and flashy ads want you to think. The world has convinced us that we need to spend a small fortune on gold-plated Jordans or Italian loafers to make an impression. But let's stop and reconsider for a second. You don't need to break the bank or buy into the hype. What you need is clarity, crisp, clean sneakers. That's it. And let me tell you why. Clean sneakers, the silent power move. You must understand this shoes speak louder than you think. But the real power isn't in some shiny, ostentatious pair of sneakers that scream, "Look at me." No, the power lies in those quietly confident, minimalist kicks that say, "I'm in control, I have discipline. Clean sneakers show that you pay attention to the details without needing to shout about it. And in this noisy world, that kind of subtlety is a rare and valuable trait. That's why you need to embrace the Stoic rule of practical stoicism. Think of it as wisdom from the ancients, who didn't need flashy possessions to show their worth. It's not about the gold shoes. It's about maintaining the quiet, understated elegance that comes with attention to the smaller things. A spotless pair of sneakers signals effort and discipline, a clear commitment to personal standards without the need for validation. It's one of the paths of wisdom that the great thinkers spoke of, focusing on what you can control and ignoring what's out of your hands. Now, I know what you're thinking, but clean sneakers are so simple. Are they really that important? Let me tell you. They are. Think about the last time you saw a guy with crisp, minimalist sneakers. Did you think, oh, he's lazy? No, you didn't. You likely thought, he's put together. He takes pride in his appearance. That's the magic of clean sneakers. They don't beg for attention. They simply are. And that's exactly what makes them so powerful. You must be conscious of the signals you send out into the world, and nothing ruins your first impression faster than dirty, scuffed shoes. A guy with dirty shoes, no matter how cool his jacket or his haircut, instantly gives off the vibe of being careless. But a guy with clean, crisp sneakers, that's someone who understands how to take care of himself, and that's undeniably attractive. The truth about flashy shoes beg for approval. They shout for validation. They make it clear that the person wearing them is trying to be seen, to be noticed. It's an insecurity wrapped up in materialism. Here's the thing, you don't need validation from anyone. That's where practical stoicism comes into play. When you embrace the philosophy of the Stoics, you come to realize that what other people think of you doesn't matter. What matters is how you carry yourself and how you feel about yourself. Flashy shoes are the antithesis of that. They say, look at me, I'm trying to prove something. But guess what? Clean sneakers are the opposite. They say, I've already got your attention, and I don't need to try so hard. They speak volumes without a single word being spoken. By choosing one solid, timeless pair of sneakers, whether black or white, you're making a statement, not of desperation for attention, but of quiet self-assurance. It's the same principle behind the old Stoic wisdom: you don't need to shout to make an impact. You can command respect through simplicity and confidence, and that's something the flashy shoe crowd can never understand. The Stoic secret to lasting appeal. Here's where the real beauty lies. Clean sneakers are more than just a visual cue. They're a manifestation of discipline. They show that you're someone who values effort and takes pride in your daily habits. It's the type of inner strength that comes from embracing the paths of wisdom and living according to the Stoic rules. Discipline is at the core of what makes someone truly attractive. So, let me give you a piece of advice. Invest in that one great pair of clean sneakers. You don't need a dozen pairs to flex. You need quality and consistency. Keep them fresh, keep them clean, and don't overthink it. It's simple, it's elegant, and it speaks to the core of what the ancient philosophers were teaching us. A man who is clear in his intentions, disciplined in his actions, and calm in his demeanour will always stand out, not because of his loud shoes, but because of his quiet confidence. Remember, the small things make all the difference. And when you master the art of paying attention to those details, you'll find that you don't need to try so hard to get noticed. Clean sneakers are just the beginning. The rest of your life will follow suit when you embrace the practical stoicism that runs through everything you do. So, don't hesitate, clean up your shoes, and you'll soon find that the rest of your world becomes just as effortless. Number 3, speak with weight, not speed. To be truly attractive, without relying on wealth or physical strength, master your voice. You must speak with purpose, not speed. There's a temptation to rush through your words, to fill silence with chatter, to avoid the discomfort of waiting for your turn to speak. But real power lies in restraint, in commanding attention with the weight of your words. When you slow down, you don't need to speak louder. You just need to speak more deliberately. Every word counts. Think of someone whose voice seems to linger in the air, where every sentence is measured, every pause filled with intention. That's the secret to influence. It's not about filling space. It's about owning it. As Epictetus said, wealth consists not in having great possessions, but in having few wants. This speaks to the same principle. Don't rush for validation. Don't chase attention. Let it come to you, because what you have to say is worth hearing. Slow speech exudes control. It says, I am not in a hurry. You're in a hurry to hear what I have to say. In a world where everyone is trying to speak faster, the person who pauses, who takes a moment to gather their thoughts, commands respect. That pause before answering isn't awkward. It's powerful. Silence is a tool. It forces people to listen. When you make them lean in, you're saying, I am in charge of this moment. Stoicism teaches us that self-control is the path to mastery, and this extends to your speech. Just like the great Stoic philosophers understood, you must master the small things to achieve greatness. In modern life, this translates to every conversation you have, whether at work, in relationships, or even in casual settings. The power is in your ability to speak slowly, deliberately, with weight. Don't fill your speech with unnecessary words. Let the silence speak volumes. This is how you gain the respect and admiration of those around you. You don't need to rush. You need to control. Let your presence fill the room, not your speed. And remember, when you communicate this way, you embody the Stoic wisdom of Epictetus. No man is free who is not master of himself. If you found this valuable, comment below, and share it with someone who could benefit. Don't forget to subscribe for more wisdom. Comment to remember, I speak with weight, not speed. Number 4, wear dark neutral tones that frame the face. Let's get something straight. Your clothing should never shout for attention. It should whisper with authority and confidence. Too many men fall into the trap of wearing clothes that scream, look at me, choosing bright neon shirts, bold patterns, and trendy fads that are outdated before they even hit the shelf. Ditch all that noise. Instead, gravitate toward dark, neutral tones, charcoal, navy, deep brown, and black. These colours don't need to be loud to make a statement. They're power colours, but the kind that draw people in subtly. They work like magic by framing your face, directing the focus to your expression, and enhancing your overall aura. It's not about what's on your shirt. It's about what's underneath it, your presence. When you wear dark neutrals, you signal strength, maturity, and a touch of mystery. These are qualities every high-value man radiates, and that's exactly what you should aim for. And here's the thing. Most men don't realize the color around your neckline serves as a spotlight on your eyes and jawline. It sharpens your gaze, amplifies your emotions, and makes your presence unforgettable. In fact, it's a game changer. Whether you're at work, on a date, having dinner, or simply strolling through a cafe or bar, it's effortless style that commands respect, rather than begging for it. You don't need to announce your presence with a flashy outfit. You simply need to frame your face in a way that does all the talking for you. Remember, what you wear should make you the message, not your clothes. Be the man who wears the message, not the one who lets his outfit take the lead. This is about mastering an effortless look that commands power without saying a word. To tap into this power, consider the profound Old Stoic wisdom, which teaches that true strength comes from within. Just like a disciplined mind, your style should not be about appearance, but about presence. It should speak volumes through subtlety, making you appear strong and mysterious. This is one of the Stoic principles that high-value men use to carve out their identity. They understand the importance of the iron mind, which doesn't need to display loud, attention-seeking traits to be respected. Instead, they rely on sharp, focused energy, whether in conversation or in the clothes they wear. The next time you pick an outfit, think of how you're framing your face. It's not about what others see at first glance. It's about ensuring your gaze tells a story. You don't need to dress like a walking billboard. Embrace dark, neutral tones to harness the power of Stoic principles. That's how you make your presence known without uttering a word. Number 5. Smile with your eyes first. We all know a smile is powerful. It can light up a room, melt the coldest of hearts, and make even the toughest of people feel at ease. But here's the thing. Most people get it wrong. They flash a big, wide grin that shows every tooth, but somehow it feels hollow. It's like they're trying too hard, like they're performing instead of genuinely connecting. The truth is, the most magnetic smile doesn't start with your mouth. It starts with your eyes. That's right, your eyes. The windows to your soul are far more powerful than you might realize. In fact, the true art of a captivating smile isn't about showing your teeth. It's about how you use your eyes to communicate. It's about that subtle, almost imperceptible shift in your gaze that says everything without you uttering a single word. This is known as a Duchenne smile, named after the French neurologist who discovered the magic behind it. It's a smile that comes from the soul, not the show. When you let your eyes soften, when they light up ever so slightly, something magical happens. You send a clear signal to everyone around you. I'm here, I see you, you matter. That's what makes people feel drawn to you. Not because you've cracked some cheesy joke or offered a flashy line, but because you've shown them, without words, that they have your full attention. And here's where it gets really interesting. This simple act of eye contact, of letting your eyes convey warmth and openness, is the first step to building deep, meaningful connections. Now, let's break this down. Have you ever been in a room and made eye contact with someone who just got you? The kind of person whose gaze made you feel like you were the only person in the room? That, my friend, is the power of the eye smile. It's the kind of connection that makes people feel seen, heard, and understood. And the best part, it requires no words, no pretense, just genuine presence. The most attractive people on the planet don't rely on flashy appearances or perfect lines to grab attention. They exude an unspoken confidence, an emotional intelligence that radiates from their eyes. When you master this skill, it's like flipping a switch. You'll notice that people start gravitating toward you, naturally trusting you, feeling more comfortable around you. You've unlocked a level of connection that transcends surface-level interactions. So, don't underestimate the power of your eyes. The next time you enter a room, forget the forced grin. Instead, make genuine eye contact. Let your gaze rise gently, let the warmth flow from within, and let your presence fill the space. It's not about performing a smile, it's about truly meaning it. The eyes speak louder than words ever could. It's like the ancient Stoic rules of wisdom presence is power. A true Stoic isn't someone who exerts control over others, but rather someone who commands respect and attention through their own centered, composed presence. It's practical Stoicism at its finest, choosing not to seek external validation through gestures or words, but to cultivate an internal strength that speaks volumes without uttering a syllable. And that's the essence of this secret weapon, its quiet confidence. It's about knowing that you don't need to force your way into someone's attention. You simply need to be present, to show up with authenticity, and to let your eyes do the talking. This is the path of wisdom that the Stoics knew so well. Control yourself, project your inner peace, and the world will naturally gravitate toward you. It's time to step away from the superficial, the performative, and the artificial. You don't need money, you don't need muscles, and you certainly don't need flashy gimmicks. All you need is your presence, and the ability to communicate it through your eyes. Be the man who knows that true attraction isn't about what you say or how you look, but about how you make others feel. So, let's recap smile with your eyes first. Let them speak volumes before your mouth ever does. It's the path of wisdom, the practical stoicism that makes you more attractive than any flashy line or gym session ever could. Stay present, stay calm, and let your eyes do the heavy lifting. And the next time you walk into a room, you'll notice the difference. People will be drawn to you, not because you've said the right words, but because you've embodied the kind of quiet confidence that only comes from within. If you want to instantly make a deeper connection with others, remember, It all starts with your eyes. Now, go ahead and comment below. I radiate warmth with every glance. Don't forget to like this video, subscribe for more powerful insights, and always remember the true power of attraction is found in authenticity, not in appearances. Number 6. Always smell like you have somewhere better to be. This is a principle that cannot be overlooked, though many men fail to recognize it. Scent is one of the most potent, yet invisible of forces that influence human behavior. It directly impacts emotions, attraction, and even presence. It works silently, yet powerfully, in shaping how others perceive you. The right scent is a tool of psychological mastery that can draw people towards you without you uttering a word. The message is clear. Carry yourself with the aura of purpose, direction, and confidence. You must embrace the rule. Always smell like you've got somewhere better to be. It's not about arrogance. It's about projecting an energy of purpose. You walk with intent. When you walk into a room, your scent should hint at a journey, a mission, something meaningful on the horizon. This unspoken message attracts curiosity. It makes people take a second look. It inspires them to follow, not because you're trying to impress them, but because you exude a quiet confidence that others want to be a part of. Your scent speaks volumes without the need for conversation. And that's the power of psychology. And let's be clear, this isn't about dousing yourself in a heavy, overpowering cologne. You need a scent that is subtle but distinct, something that lingers just long enough for people to notice it. It's the kind of fragrance that doesn't suffocate but enhances your presence. Think of a woody, spicy, or clean scent, sophisticated, refined, yet commanding. You don't need to shout. Your fragrance should speak in a whisper that makes others turn their heads and say, "Who was that?" You must understand. This isn't about impressing others. It's about aligning your external self with your internal confidence. You must understand the ancient wisdom of Stoicism, especially Epictetus, who said, "Wealth consists not in having great possessions, but in having few wants." Your scent reflects that principle. There is power in subtlety, in restraint. It tells the world that you are content with yourself, and that inner peace radiates outward. Remember, when you smell like you're heading somewhere important, people will assume you are, and they'll want to join you on your journey. This is how you master attraction, by mastering your presence. Don't let your fragrance be an afterthought. Make it a tool to amplify your energy, your confidence, and your direction. Just as Epictetus teaches us to focus on our internal state and not on external validation, let your scent be a reflection of that inner power. It doesn't scream for attention, but it commands it, and that is the essence of Stoicism: control over the external world and mastery over your own energy. So, do not underestimate the power of scent. It's a subtle yet potent force that will elevate your presence and help you win in life, in relationships, and in every arena. Make sure you always smell like you have somewhere better to be, because when you do, others will want to follow. Number 7. Master one killer outfit and repeat it. Here's a powerful truth in today's world. Everyone is constantly searching for new trends, new looks, and fresh styles every week. But let me let you in on a secret that only high-value men truly understand. Consistency is far more attractive than variety. You don't need an entire wardrobe full of different outfits to stand out. You need one killer outfit, and you need to own it. That's right. Master one look and repeat it until it becomes part of who you are. People admire the man who is effortlessly stylish, not because he's constantly changing, but because he's always sharp, confident, and composed. You must create a signature style, whether it's a well-tailored blazer with a simple tee, dark jeans with sleek sneakers, or a crisp button-up with perfectly fitted trousers. When you consistently wear the same look with confidence, you begin to build a visual identity that others recognize. You don't blend in, you stand out, and you build trust. You become that guy who is always put together, never trying too hard, always reliable. And let me tell you, that's powerful. The truth is, you'll save time and energy on unnecessary choices. Instead of wasting mental bandwidth wondering what to wear, You focus on your presence, your purpose, and your energy. No one remembers the guy who changes his outfit every day to fit in with the crowd. They remember the guy who owns his style like a second skin, consistent, confident, and effortless. That is the essence of true attraction. Just like Old Stoic wisdom teaches us to focus on what's in our control, owning your style is about controlling your appearance without the burden of endless decisions. Your style becomes your armor, and in a world obsessed with constant change, your consistency makes you a memorable presence. If you're ready to stop wasting time on endless wardrobe choices and start owning your look, this is your moment. Master one killer outfit and let it define you. Trust me, consistency beats variety every time. Now, tell us what's your signature look. Comment below with "I am ready to own my style" and let's make it happen. Number 8. Control your space. Command the room without saying a word. Don't underestimate the power of presence. Have you ever watched someone walk into a room and, without uttering a word, everyone seems to notice them? It's not magic. It's not even a gift. It's about controlling your space. This is something many men overlook, but it's one of the simplest yet most powerful ways to become instantly more attractive. And it's all in the psychology. When you walk into a room, don't just blend into the background like you're trying to become invisible. That's not how you stand out. Command the space around you. You don't need to shout to be heard. You don't need to fill the air with awkward chatter. A man who knows how to control his space doesn't need to compete for attention because he's already in charge of his surroundings. This isn't about arrogance or being pushy. It's about confidence, quiet confidence. The way you carry yourself speaks volumes. The simple act of standing tall, with your shoulders back and chest open, makes a statement without a single word. It shows that you are comfortable with who you are. And guess what? When you are comfortable with yourself, other people will be comfortable around you too. Remember this, your body language tells your story. If you're slouched, hanging back, or constantly shrinking into the corners, you're telling people that you don't belong, that you're unsure. On the other hand, when you take up space, standing with purpose and clarity, people notice your strength. Your mere presence sends a message that you're in control. It doesn't require you to speak. That's where the beauty lies. You have the ability to command the room without saying a word. Think about it. Every great leader, thinker, and powerful figure throughout history understood this fundamental truth. Whether it was the Stoic philosophers or modern-day trailblazers, they knew that their energy was magnetic. They didn't need to shout to be heard. Their presence alone was enough. It's a powerful psychological trick that men in the know have used for centuries. You, too, can harness this by simply practicing the principles of practical stoicism. And let's talk about this for a second. It's all about owning your space. Take up room. Don't be afraid to fill the space with your energy, even without a single word. A room's energy shifts when a confident person steps in. So be that person. You don't need muscles or money to be magnetic. Confidence is your best accessory, and the key to mastering it lies in how you hold yourself. You must learn the art of maintaining physical boundaries. Don't be afraid of the distance between you and others. Whether it's in a business meeting or a social setting, maintain a calm yet confident physical stance that shows you're not desperate for attention, but rather at ease in your own skin. Now, don't mistake this for arrogance. True confidence is quiet and assured. A man who controls his space does so with a certain calmness, not by making a spectacle of himself. He isn't frantically running around or shouting for people to pay attention to him. Instead, his very presence commands respect. When you carry yourself like you belong, like your presence matters, people will naturally gravitate toward you. Here's the thing. This principle isn't just a power play. It's rooted in the ancient wisdom of the Stoics, who understood the importance of mastering one's inner and outer world. The Stoic rules emphasize controlling what you can, and your physical presence is something you can easily control. When you embody this wisdom, you don't need external validation. Your confidence doesn't come from the opinions of others, but from your inner calm and self-assurance. The true test of this, though, is how well you can maintain that presence even in challenging situations. Don't shrink when things get tough. Whether it's an awkward silence, a tense meeting, or a difficult conversation, remain grounded. This is where practical stoicism comes into play, staying cool under pressure, keeping your composure, and allowing your presence to speak for you. So, here's what you must do when you enter a room. Stand tall, keep your shoulders back, don't slouch, occupy space with intention. If you don't know how to do this yet, start small, practice at home. When you walk to the mirror, check your posture. When you walk into a room, do so like you own it, and don't apologize for it. The world is yours to command. The path to commanding the room starts with controlling your space. And let me tell you something, it doesn't require money. It doesn't require muscles. It requires a mindset. And once you adopt this, you will realize how much power is already within you. When you learn to control your space, you don't just walk into a room, you own it. That, my friend, is the essence of attraction. It's all about confidence in its purest form. You've got this. Master your presence. Master the room. Number 9. Master your emotional control. Keep your cool under pressure. Mastering emotional control is the true mark of a man who commands respect and attraction. Imagine being the man who remains steady and composed, no matter the chaos unfolding around him. Emotional control isn't about suppressing your feelings, it's about mastering them, channeling your emotions to show your poise and strength. This quality is infinitely more valuable than any physical trait. When faced with stress, conflict, or discomfort, how you respond says more about your power than any external characteristic. The true test is in how you react, not in the events themselves. You must stay calm, stay focused, and make decisions with clarity, even when the pressure is at its peak. When you are able to maintain your cool under fire, you become a man others gravitate toward. Your ability to stay grounded in chaotic situations radiates maturity, confidence, and self-control, making you 10 times more attractive, not just to others, but to life itself. This is the essence of true leadership. When you control your emotions, you control your destiny. As Epictetus, the great Stoic philosopher, said, "Wealth consists not in having great possessions, but in having few wants." Control is the true wealth of a man, the wealth that doesn't fade, that doesn't require external validation. It's the unwavering strength to master yourself that wins. This is the power that attracts. Don't be deceived by the pursuit of shallow success. True strength, true magnetism comes from within. You must conquer your emotions, and when you do, the world will follow. Remember, Stoicism teaches that we are not disturbed by things, but by the views we take of them. Control how you view and react to every situation. The man who stays calm and in control wins, no matter the circumstances. The modern world will constantly test you. Life will throw its challenges, its pressures, its crises your way. But if you meet them with grace, clarity, and calmness, you'll embody the true power of emotional control. This is not a theory. This is a practice that, when applied consistently, changes everything. It's time to embody the strength of Epictetus, to take control of your emotions and, in turn, your life. The power to remain calm under pressure is not just attractive, it's a game changer. So, master this art and watch how it elevates every area of your life. The path to winning in life is paved with emotional control. Become a master of it. Now let's talk about a few psychological tricks that will instantly raise your attractiveness. Number 1, eye contact. It's one of the most primal signals of power and attraction. But forget what you've been told about making awkward eye contact like you're some shy intern. That's not what draws people in. It's how you hold that gaze. When you lock eyes with someone, you must project confidence and control. Hold it just long enough to assert dominance, but not too long to make it uncomfortable. The key is to let your eyes do the talking. Remember, you want to give off the energy that says, "I'm in control and I'm not intimidated." Own it, and you'll see the shift. Number 2, master the pause. Think about a classic movie scene when the hero stands in silence, holding that perfect moment before delivering the line that changes everything. That pause builds suspense, confidence, and presence. Most men rush through conversations, fidgeting and scrambling for words, but the man who pauses, who takes a moment to breathe and think before responding, is the one everyone remembers. So, when someone asks you a question, don't rush to answer. Take 2 seconds. Let the silence work for you. In those moments, you demonstrate control, wisdom, and the kind of confidence that comes from living by Stoic principles, being calm in the face of pressure and not reacting immediately to the world around you. Finally, let's talk about how you move. Your walk speaks volumes before you say a word. Too many men shuffle, slouch, or drift into a room like they want to disappear. But a man who walks with purpose, with his chest slightly out and his chin up, doesn't need to shout for attention, he commands it. It's all about owning the space you're in. Your walk should be deliberate, steady, and full of intention. This doesn't mean you need to move like a model on a runway. It means you move with purpose, like you know exactly where you're going and why you're there. When you walk into a room, let your body language say, "I know who I am. I belong here." That's the kind of confidence that sticks with people. And it all comes down to control, the kind of control that's built through discipline and old Stoic wisdom. Remember this consistency in your appearance, dominance in your eye contact, mastery of the pause, and purpose in your walk. These are the elements that will make you 10 times more attractive without needing money or muscles. This is the path to an iron mind, one where your actions and presence speak louder than words. You must embody these Stoic principles every day, repeating them until they become second nature. It's not just about what you wear or how you act. It's about owning who you are. When you do this, you become the kind of man others remember and look up to. All right, that's a wrap for today. Thanks for sticking around until the end. It shows you're serious about making a real change. Remember, looking 10 times more attractive isn't about flashy cars or expensive clothes. It's about mastering the subtle signals you send with your presence, your confidence, and the way you carry yourself. Clean shoes, your tone, your walk. Those are the things that speak volumes without you saying a word. So, if you want to start shifting how people see you, it's time to focus on the details. It's all about owning who you are and letting that power shine through. Drop a word in the comments that resonated most with you today. Was it silence presence or maybe power? Let's get a conversation going. And hey, if you found this video valuable, don't just scroll away. Like, share, and hit that subscribe button for more tips and insights just like this. Stay sharp, stay confident, and I'll see you in the next one. Take care.